I came in for the audition absolutely stone cold, and with it being Amanda, it was properly prepared.
Yeah.
The character was called Michael, and he worked in a hotel. That was it. That was all you had. No, hang on. He was called Michael. He worked in the hotel, and he got on with Alan. That was the sum total of Amanda's bloody preparation for the character. So I knew that Steve would like the army stuff. So I made him army, and I was gonna make him Yorkshire. On the day, I thought, I'll make him Yorkshire. Big Yorkshire bastard. All right, Mr. Partridge, like that,
Yeah.
But in the morning, I've been doing a voiceover for a Geordie character, so I thought I'd make him Geordie. But when I did him originally, he spoke like that. He was quite nice and clear, and I knew you could understand him. But his mic didn't keep cutting out, like he was going through a tunnel. Can you hear me now? So last minute decision. I made him Geordie. I made him ex-army, which I knew Steve would like, and it was just to go on tape. Amanda wasn't there. It was just a casting assistant.
So you were kind of given free rein to do whatever you wanted with that.
Do whatever you want.
You had a name, and that was about it.
And they said, what do you like about working at the hotel? And so you had to improvise. I said, I like the lassies, and I like the food. And they said, what do you hate about working at the hotel? And I said, well, when we make the full English breakfast, we'll put it all out in the trays and that, and it looks lovely. And then folk come in, and they just ruin it. So I think that might have tipped it. But it was Amanda's idea to make him unintelligible, to make him really strong Geordie.
Nick, you're up. Questions?
I didn't realise we were doing it like this. So you don't
have to take part. It's fine.
No. So did you?
And you didn't put your hand up.
Did you stay?
Put your hand up. Put your hand up, Nick. Come on.
There we go. This is Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Hello. Did you stay in character as Michael, kind of between takes? Did you take it that seriously, or
fuck off?
He's done you.
Yeah.
But that's what Steve does with Alan's stuff, right? That's kind of what we do. Yeah. Different approaches. That's fair enough.
Yeah, well, yeah, he does. But he's carrying the whole thing. He's carrying the whole show. He's in the zone, and he drives the improvisation. You tend not to. You don't drive the improvisation. You stay back and you wait for what he does, and then you respond. So it's reacting. It's reacting as opposed to acting. So you wait to see what he does. But also the great thing that he does is that there's nothing you can do that will throw him. Anything you do, nothing's out of bounds. There's a story that I've told before about when we did the scene at the party at the end with the Black Beauty party in his room. We had to come in and we had to because it's Amanda and it's chaotic. We had to come in and we had to rehearse on August Bank Holiday, Monday. And I was really pissed off because I planned to do something. But we had to all go in and do more bloody improvisation. So we were all in this room. It was very, very hot. We were getting nowhere with the party scene. And I thought, what I'll do, I'll just chuck a sort of like a verbal hand grenade in here. And I was talking to Kevin Eldon's character, and I said, "Oh, so where do you live?" He said, "Oh, I live in London." I said, "All right, does all the blackies not bother you?" Which just to kind of I thought, let's say something will happen. It just makes something happen. You need a piece of grit to make a pearl,
which got transferred to his line.
Which got transferred to him. Kevin Eldon wasn't that pleased, but
I was going to say it's one of the most caustic things I think he's ever said in any character.
Yeah.
What was, in terms of like the sense after it had wrapped and it had been broadcast, what was the feeling in terms of how it had been received and the longevity that it might have?
Well, we didn't know if it was funny or not. It's that thing where you've been so close to it. It's difficult to know, is it funny anymore? Because you've hammered away at the anvil of pain, trying to get it to work, trying to make it work, and you're improvising and you're changing. It's constantly changing, and the moment was when. It's what I call showing it to the mums and dads. If you're recording on a Friday, on a Thursday, late lunchtime, the techies come in, the cameras come in, and everybody else lighting, or they all come in and they watch the stagger through of what you've done that week. and they laughed. And normally that lot never laugh at anything. They're like Easter Island.
Job done by that point.
They're like Easter
happening.
Island statues. And we thought, oh, wow, they're laughing. And that was it. And then the audience laughed. And then the next recording, the green room was full of famous people.
Like Mick Hucknall, probably.
It was full of BBC execs and stuff like that. I thought, oh, all right, okay, this is a thing. This could be something.
Yeah.
What are your kind of either favourite episodes or moments from the series?
I think the moment of genius is the sex in the dark. It's
chocolate mousse
because it's very daring. It's almost like radio, and it's to dare to do no picture. There's no picture. It's just completely black, and it's in our minds. We have to imagine what's happening as to whether she would like him to speed up or not,
or indeed move on to the other one.
Or indeed to move on to the other one. So I mean you'd never seen that before in a sitcom.
Do I have to put my hand up?
Yeah, go ahead. Man at the end.
Hello. That leads on quite nicely to the next question. One of my favourite bits, or the bit that makes me laugh, isn't actually in the series. It's an extra where you and Steve are corpsing because of that bit when where he's got the chocolate mousse on his face. Was that the hardest scene to film in terms of corpsing, or were there any others that?
Well, no, but because everybody says, "Oh, you must have been laughing all the time." We weren't. It was miserable. It's hard. And I think for me it's the acid test of a comedy. If actors say we had such a laugh making it, you think, right, that's not funny then. It's got to be hard. It's got to be tough. And there was no corpsing or laughing. Nobody went because we were constantly running out of time. So the pressure was on us to not dick about. And in that scene, it looks like I laugh first because the camera's on me. And Steve went first, but fortunately the camera wasn't on him. So it looks like I go first, but he went first.
There we go. Now we know the truth behind that.
Now we know.
Yeah.
And also, I think it'd be quite nice to know, what do you think it is about Michael that's kind of endeared him to so many people, and given this character so many people love?
He has a kind of innocence, I suppose, a stupidity, a kind of unearthly wisdom. I don't know. He's like a big sort of daft dog, really, that could turn vicious.
Yeah.
This is something that we've debated quite a bit as well. The relationship between Michael and Lynn. Are they friends? Are they not friends? What would you say?
Well, I think there's a kind of there's a sort of a love triangle going on. that they're both jealous of their time with Alan and Alan's attention. So there's a lot of that going on. And also, she's quite posh and quite correct, and really would sort of frown on everything that Michael does. Because there was a bit where in the movie it didn't go in the end. Well, it did sort of, but I had to come out to the front of the radio station, and Lynn was going to come up the steps. So I came out and I thought, oh, Lynn's coming towards me. I thought, I know what I'll do. So I put my fingers on my nose and blew the snot out my nose like that as she came up the steps. And she did a brilliant look as she went past me. And then Alan comes, and then I did that. Then Alan comes up and Steve shook my hand. Because I thought that was another touch of genius. That he says, hello, Michael. Oh, hi, hiya. But it's that thing where Lynn is horrified and disgusted by Michael, and obviously thinks she's a bad influence on Alan, and Michael just sees her as an interfering old budger.
On the DVD commentary, I think it's Armando and it might be Steve, I'm not sure, we're suggesting that Michael may not have actually been in the army and that the entire thing is a fabrication. Yes. Did that come up much?
No, it didn't come up at the time, but I think it's really funny. It's really funny because I think in the book it says we've searched every regiment in the British Army.
Yeah.
Yes.
We can find no trace of him.
And I went back once I'd seen that on the commentary and sort of looked at a lot of the army in quotation mark references, and I did think, these could all be feasibly made up. There's nothing in there that sounds like absolute specialist information.
Yeah, they're knowledgeable enough.
Yeah.
I mean, if he'd been in Nelson's Navy, it'd be a different story.
Tell us more.
We're about there again.
Was Michael being in the army then your like?
Yeah, it's my invention.
Yeah.
Because also it gets Amando added the twitching and stuff. And the sort of PTSD kind of element.
Which would indicate he has been in the army, thinking about it, yeah.
But the reason that I chose the army was that I used to work for a builder's merchant, and our drivers were all ex-army. And unless you told them exactly what to do and in what sequence, they would just be gone. And, you'd be going, where is he? It's 7 o'clock at night and he's still not back. I'm in a lay-by. Because you didn't say don't go in the lay-by.